Chapter 23. The New Face of Madness. Brian sat on the worn-out couch, staring at the blank television screen in front of him. His body ached with exhaustion, his mind heavier than ever. The world thought he was dead. The chase was over. And yet, Mr. B sat beside him, grinning, sipping from a glass of whiskey like they had just finished a casual game of chess. "So Brian," Mr. B said, stretching his legs, "now that we've pulled off the greatest vanishing act in recent history, it's time to get back to work." Brian scoffed. "And how exactly do you expect us to do that? We're dead, remember?" Mr. B's grin widened. "Oh, my dear Brian, death is nothing but an opportunity." He stood walking towards the far wall of the apartment. His fingers traced the edges of a large portrait, a simple painting that Brian had barely paid attention to over the years. With a flick of his wrist, he slid it to the side, revealing a hidden panel embedded in the wall. With a satisfying click, the panel released, swinging open to reveal a dark room beyond. Brian pushed himself to his feet, his heart pounding as he stepped closer. Inside, the dim light flickered over the grotesque collection before him. Rows of latex masks, bodies molded from silicone, wigs and outfits meticulously organized like a wardrobe of stolen identities. Mr. B turned to him, arms outstretched. "Welcome to the new us. Time to pick a face." Brian swallowed hard, staring at the collection. "And what happens once I do?" Mr. B chuckled, clapping a hand on Brian's shoulder. "Then, my friend, we get back to doing what we do best." Brian reached for one of the masks, his fingers running over the lifelike skin. It was eerie, too real. He hesitated, but Mr. B's voice coaxed him on. "We have to move forward, Brian. We can't hide in the shadows forever. And besides, we need to keep things interesting." Brian exhaled sharply. "All right, but first we lay low. Let Detective Davy think he won." Mr. B laughed, shaking his head. "Oh, Brian, there's no such thing as normal for us, but fine. We'll play it your way. For now." Brian smirked, slipping the mask onto his face. As the latex molded over his skin, he felt the shift, the transformation. He wasn't Brian Marshall anymore. He was someone new. "Time to hit the studio," Mr. B mused. "That little ad we saw? Perfect cover. Let's go blend in." Brian adjusted his new face in the mirror and nodded. "Let's see what the world looks like through a new set of eyes." Meanwhile, across the city, Detective Davy sat at his desk, his fingers tapping against the wood in a slow, deliberate rhythm. The precinct was quiet, the hum of computers and distant chatter blending into the background. But Davy wasn't hearing any of it. He was trapped in his own head, the past few months replaying in jagged fragments: the judge, the marshals, the caseworker, the lawyer, the accident, the empty car, no body. Davy rubbed his temples, exhaling through his nose. His gut hadn't settled since the case was closed. The logic told him Brian was dead. The report told him to move on, but his instincts told him otherwise. He leaned back, staring up at the ceiling. Something doesn't add up. His partner Ruiz strolled in, tossing a file onto the desk. "You're still on this? The chief told you to let it go." Davy sighed. "Yeah, and yet here I am." Ruiz shook his head. "Come on, man, it's over. He's fish food." Davy opened the file absently, his mind still lost in thought. "Maybe. But until I see a body, I'm not convinced." Ruiz chuckled, walking away. "Then you're going to be chasing ghosts." Davy didn't respond. Instead, he reached for his coffee, his fingers tightening around the cup as another thought crept in. If Brian Marshall was dead, why did it feel like the game had just begun?